Jack picked up the pistol and aimed at the resting officer. Tom turned around. It was actually an albatross. The gunshot burst the officer's eardrum, but he didn't blame them. He knew they had found food. Without hesitation, he jumped off the raft and swam toward the shot albatross. The food was within reach, but suddenly Tom and Jack were horrified to see a shark swimming toward them, drawn by the smell of blood. The officer noticed it too and quickly swam back holding the bird. Tom and Jack tried to help, but the pistol jammed at the worst moment. They had no choice but to paddle with their hands to buy the officer some time. Just as the shark was about to catch up, the officer reached the raft and climbed back just in time before the shark could bite. They narrowly escaped. Looking at the massive shark beneath them, the three were filled with fear. Thankfully, the food was still intact. Without resting, they split the bird into 3 parts and ate, but the meat was barely enough to keep them going. They were still hungry. Even worse, Jack discovered they had drifted off course. They were getting farther and farther from land. The captain had known this for a while, but kept it secret to avoid panic. The 2 men didn't blame him. Instead, they pulled out the sea chart and encouraged him to recheck the direction and lead them out of the ocean. With their encouragement, the captain was no longer discouraged. He used a knife to cut open his shoes, threw away the uppers, then poked 2 holes in the soles to turn them into makeshift paddles. They began rowing toward the newly confirmed direction. But before they got far, the sky darkened. A storm was coming. The captain quickly told them to put on life vests. But before he finished speaking, a giant wave slammed into them. The powerful water tossed the captain into the sea. He struggled back to the raft, but before he could catch his breath, an even bigger wave hit, flipping all 3 into the ocean. Their paddles were also lost. The experienced captain told the 2 men they had to flip the life raft in the direction of the sea wind. If not, everyone would drown in the ocean. The 3 worked together and finally flipped the raft back over. They climbed aboard again and endured the relentless rain and waves. By morning, the storm finally ended, but the 3 were completely exhausted, barely able to keep their eyes open. Their weak bodies soon gave out, and they all passed out. No one knew how long had passed before they slowly woke up. Around them was still nothing but endless ocean. Jack and Tom broke down. Even the captain gave up hope. He was unbearably thirsty and scooped up seawater, drinking it despite knowing the danger. Maybe fate finally took pity on them. Just when they had given up all hope, they suddenly spotted land not far away. The 3 were overjoyed. Hope was right in front of them. It gave them a sudden burst of strength. They started paddling nonstop, heading toward land. After enduring countless hardships, these 3 strong men finally made it to the beach. Jack picked up the pistol and aimed at the resting officer. Tom turned around. It was actually an albatross. The gunshot